When it rains, it pours.
Oh yeah, the rain is
What he
mine.
said. What he said.
We're here though. It's a little bit later than our usual time,
Hey, technical difficulties happen. Be glad we showed up.
right? People were waiting. People were complaining.
Go Panthers.
I think it's a done deal, Joe. I had hope, but I've lost all of it. Well, let's say hi to the people.
I'll give you
Joe.
Edmonton 6 games if you want to take that bet right now.
I'm gonna say 5.
Damn.
What's up, Joe?
Hello.
Serpo Warrior. No, unless that's why he's not here tonight. But Juan, what's up? Kirk, if you're still with us, good evening. Gentlemen, how are we doing today? Happy Thursday.
Hello.
Hello. We're here.
There's some wrestling going on this weekend.
Very much so. Yeah, like noon.
11 is it 11 a.m.? That might be the pre-show. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it could be very bad this weekend. I hope they have the tour buses and everything ready to go just in case. Because if Drew loses, it's going to be a riot 2 years in a row.
Yeah. Especially.
What if a best in the world shows up?
He's going to need it to get out of there.
Yeah, he's going to need his own private security.
I don't see it happening. I see Drew walking out.
Do you want to start there?
Might as well. We're already talking.
Start with this match. I think it's going to be the main event. I think it only makes sense if it's the main event.
Well, if you open with it, you're going to have to just clear the arena.
So I have an issue with this picture. Because I was looking down, and as soon as you put it up, I look up. I'm like, who's that girl standing next to Drew?
What do they call it? The bisexual Undertaker? That's his.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's going to be the main event. It makes sense to close the show with this match. But Joe, you bring up a good point. What happens if Punk costs him?
I need to see Punk versus Drew at SummerSlam. It's hope there. There's still hope.
But doesn't Gunther get the match at SummerSlam?
You know what? Mind your business, okay? Okay. There is going to be a match between Gunther and Randy Orton for that spot where Randy Orton's going to face Cody. I'm telling you, it's happening.
I think you're just trying to will it into existence.
I've talked to Paul Heyman, to people that knows people. Okay.
You know what? For your sake, Joe.
I personally think it's time to pull the belt off of Drew. I mean, Priest.
I think if Drew walks out with the belt, I don't see Drew versus Gunther at SummerSlam. I don't. I think
this is Priest's second title defense, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he faced Jay.
Yeah.
And even though he's got momentum and he's picking it up on the mic, and there's a storyline with the Judgment Day, I don't see him walking out of Clash of the Castle, the champion, unless he has help.
He's like a Jinder Mahal, and Drew's like the AJ Styles. Hey, yeah, I'm just gonna, when Lesnar's like, yeah.
If Punk is there, if someone spots Punk in Scotland either tonight or tomorrow, I think it's safe to say that he's going to be costing Drew.
No, I hope not. I hope
he will be the most hated man in the world.
Okay. Well, listen, I mean, I know we're getting a Drew versus Punk at SummerSlam. Okay, I get it. But what if it's Punk versus Drew versus Gunther in a triple threat? Punk wins Money in the Bank.
I was going to say, I think Punk, a lot of guys want Money in the Bank to go to a young guy, right? They want an up-and-comer. I think it makes the most sense to give it to Punk this year.
You know who I would love to give it to? Braun Breaker. Can you imagine that dude walking around with that briefcase?
And just hit people over the head with it.
But like you would feel like the threat, like really a threat if he had it.
That would be quite the rise for
What's he
Braun
going to do?
Breaker.
Spear anybody that gets on the ladder? Spear the whole ladder? Everybody flies into the crowd? Yeah, I would be scared with him with the money in that briefcase, bank briefcase. Very scared.
Is it too early though for him?
No, you don't want to wait. You don't want to waste too much time either.
That's true. And after what he did to Ricochet, and we'll get to that in a little bit.
Well, like with Breeze, like I think he was always meant to be a transitional champion. Like, I figure like it was. We all thought like when Clash at the Castle was announced in Scotland, it was going to be the inevitable.
Yeah,
that Drew would win it. I mean, if he doesn't win in Scotland 2 years in a row,
well, he already got his wish to win it in front of a live crowd.
Yeah, but last year he was screwed by the Bloodline.
What was it for? 5 minutes he held the belt.
He just wanted to win in front of a live crowd.
Yeah,
that's all. He got his wish.
He was fighting with someone on Twitter.
Yeah.
They were off by a second or something, and they're. And
Yeah.
Did you see that? Made a point of pointing out their mistake, but
Drew is hitting on all cylinders right now. Like he's like watching Raw the past couple weeks. She was walking in as the babyface.
Yep.
Especially in Scotland. Yeah, they're going to cheer him. I hope I have high expectations for the crowd, and I think it's going to be just bananas. Like it's going to be just like France. It's going to be like Saudi Arabia. The fans are going to be hot
when his music
they
hits.
top France, though. They have to top France. France is the
can they top crowd. France? So that
France is the number one crowd for me right now.
One of the greatest crowds ever. But I don't know. Like to your point, Joe, Priest is a transitional champion.
Mm-hmm.
He was hot at one point when they probably could put the belt on him, take it off of Seth, and they didn't for whatever reason. But I don't see Priest being champ for much longer. Not with Gunther on deck, not with Drew fighting in his home country, not with Punk making his return in the next few months.
No.
Yeah, if Punk's not ready to go, then we'll see a different shift.
I think though, if Punk does win the Money in the Bank, the story and kind of the tease and like the mockery that he can do to like imagine just going around and following Drew and just showing him the briefcase, like, hey buddy, it's not time yet, but it's coming.
Imagine like Punk wins the briefcase. And like Drew, like say like the next night on Raw, Drew's in the ring, Punk just comes out on stage, sits down, and blows a kiss at Drew, like you did with Vince, when he left Chicago with the belt.
I got another scenario he can do, and just to torture him until he cashes in. Come out, it's not Clockwork. I'm gonna go back.
Oh man. Either way.
Or he comes out like,
yeah,
he's still not healed.
Yeah, like I'm not ready yet.
Just mess with him.
Ooh, or if you do want to do Drew versus Gunther, Drew beats Gunther, Punk cashes in.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Joe wouldn't be happy, I think.
He still gets Punk versus Drew. He said it never had to be a full-fledged match. All he said was Punk versus Drew. That's all he said. That was stipulation.
Listen, we got France, okay? They hit on all cylinders. They're going to Scotland if they hit on cylinders. What if Canada's like a dud and then they rebound in Cleveland? Like, so it would be good.
Here we go. Because they are in Scotland this Saturday. They are in Money in the Bank, and then they are in Cleveland, right? And then when they're in Germany for
the following
PPV, right?
Yes, end of August.
So then Gunther can win it in Germany. Okay, he's not really German, but he's Austrian.
He's close enough.
Close enough. Close to home for him.
See that makes sense, and everybody's happy. The hometown crowd is excited. They're behind that.
As long as I get Punk and Drew at SummerSlam, I'm happy. I already told Marabito who he will be, so
I think.
Oh, that's right. It's Bash in Berlin.
Bash in
Yeah.
Berlin. That's right. So they are traveling the globe over the next few months. I think
Jeez.
Gunther winning in Berlin can be.
Because you got Bash in Berlin in Germany, and then you're in Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Holy snaps! So you got no pay-per-view in September or October.
Oh, well, you got 2 in August, so
Yeah.
But there's nothing.
And Crown Jewel's not till November 2nd.
in October, you need time off.
That's a big gap, though.
They'll probably do an NXT event in there.
They're gonna have to do something. They can't go 2 months without a PLE.
They do a Clash of Champions.
Technically, they can.
Can do whatever they want. Especially now with the crossovers
Exactly.
that WWE is doing.
Just don't go to the Apex again. You know, wrestlers will start to complain.
What was their biggest beef with that?
The between the ring and the guardrail, like not enough space.
It
Not
wasn't a lot of
clearance
space.
kind of ring. It's just too tight.
They should have used smaller rings. I know they're used to the bigger ones, but for an arena like that, you make smaller rings.
Yeah.
Because in the UFC, like during COVID, you know, they have, you know, they were at the Apex,
Mhm.
and the Apex uses a smaller octagon.
Yep.
Ring.
So
Put
yeah,
in there.
like I think a smaller ring would have been probably the better option.
Or just fight in the octagon, which I thought they were going to do in the first place.
Especially when they
It
were
made
showing
more sense.
they were showing the walkthrough with the drone. Either way,
That's crazy.
And this is off topic, but I'm going to say this, and I'm not saying this because I'm a TNA guy. I'm saying it because I'm Mr. TNA. Jordan Grace and Roxy should have main evented. I'm not even upset at the fact that Jordan lost because it built up another storyline, but that should have been the main event.
I don't disagree with you.
I was a little shocked they had Ash by Elegance.
They dropped the ball with that one as well. If you really wanted to do something, bring out Naomi, the last champion before Jordan. The storyline's already there. You got Natty who wants to fight her. The storyline's already there.
Her contract is up soon as well.
Mm-hmm.
She's been with the company 16 years.
I swear, I think she's going to be like a producer or a coach or a trainer.
Yeah.
At this point in their career, it makes the most sense.
Yeah, I mean, TJ is still, I think, backstage as a producer. If I'm not
I
mistaken.
get that point, Mr. Beefy. It's just for like you adjust to the size of the arena. That was my only complaint, my only gripe with it, because I did feel like the ring was here to the guardrail.
Yeah.
Like, or you take out those dive spots.
You notice it during the ladder match, like the first match on the card. It was like, whoo.
Oops.
So.
If you do it towards the side where their entranceway is. You move all their spots to that side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do we all have Drew in our main event on Clash of the Castle?
For my sanity, yes.
I'm going to agree with you guys. Drew.
For their safety, yes.
Now what's opening this show? Are they going to start with the tag? Personally, I think they should open with this match. Really to get the crowd on their feet. Because
if they open with this match, they could lose me the rest of the show.
Oof. Even with Drew and Priest at the end?
Depending upon how this match ends, they could lose me the rest of the show.
All right, talk to me. What do you think is going to happen, Jones? What should happen?
What should happen is Cody should drop the belt. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an AJ Styles guy.
I'm saying it because believing that.
I'm saying this because Cody's better in the chase than he is as being the champion.
He absolutely is.
Some people are just better at chasing. Because even Austin was better as chasing the title than actually being champion.
That's why I loved Kevin Nash and Who Killed WCW. Wrestling Fact 101.
What, some people are better at the chase than being champion?
Yeah, he
Mhm.
talked about
It's
that
just-
in an episode too.
It's just there. Like it's a thrill. Like, hey, is he
This
gonna
is
get
his
it back?
sixth I Quit match in his career.
Who, Cody?
No,
AJ's his fourth.
fourth. Okay,
His fourth, and he's yet to
and
lose
he's
one.
won all four of them.
You cannot open the pay-per-view with this match.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
they're probably gonna do the women's tag title match.
I think Cody's winning this.
I see them opening with the IC title. Or the snoozer women's title match. Yeah.
Is that going to open the show? That might put a lot of people off.
Ugh,
need a-
that will put some butts in the seats.
Where is she? Isn't she Scottish as well?
She is.
So she'll technically be a face, so it could work.
It could.
That is,
crowd
she
will
is
be
from
hot.
Scotland.
The crowd will be hot, but the audience at home might be a little bored of that. I don't think they're starting with the tag team title match.
What up, Justin?
That seems somewhere on the middle of the card.
See, this is where is this elimination or just first pin?
Probably first pin.
I think it's just first.
I could
pin.
see Bianca and Jay dropping it.
Yeah, because they don't have to be actually pinned.
Yeah, and then it sets up the feud between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's too quick. They've already planted seeds, but that's too quick.
Jones. Bianca versus Jade at SummerSlam. How happy would that be?
I'm not arguing with you about the magnitude of it, but I'm saying Mania. Save it for a Mania situation. It's in Vegas. High stakes. Just saying.
For the women's title?
They don't need a belt in that match.
Because at that point, Rhea will be back as well, and
Hopefully she's back by SummerSlam. There's some reports.
I'm hearing it's not looking too good.
A little upset about this.
Yeah, I'm seeing two sets of reports. Some people saying she'll be good to go, and other people saying she won't. But
So if it's not Cody and AJ opening the show, we start with the Intercontinental.
Yeah.
Will that put butts in seats?
Yes, because Chad's going to win.
He has to.
The butt's already in the seats, though, so
He has to win.
You're building towards Chad versus Otis at SummerSlam.
This is his third match or second match with Sammy?
For the IC title?
Yeah. It's his second, right?
Second. They had it at
He's not going to lose and then what? Have a third?
well, this is just comes from reading dirt sheets every once in a while, but rumor has it, in order for him to continue working with the company, he was promised IC title.
Nope.
What's up, Justin?
They could do a Scotland screw job.
Oof.
Thank you, Justin. Second one-on-one match. Yeah, Scotland's. To who, though?
Chad.
If he's re-signing, he's definitely walking out with the title. I think it's definitely part of the agreement. Otherwise, I'm sure he will take offers from other companies, or at least listen to them before.
I think he's staying.
This may be where you actually see the Creed brothers working with him on TV for once, instead of just having a conversation with him. Maybe they guarantee the match by helping him win.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. If that plays out that way, then continues the story. And yeah, but I don't see
Creed brothers versus Otis and the king of Mario Kart, Akira Tozawa.
On Raw the next night, or on Monday. Yeah. And then Chad gets mad at him and saying, "You guys can't win."
Yo, what if Chad wins the title next night? 2 days, on Raw, Chad comes out, berates Otis and Tozawa like, you guys couldn't get done. I got somebody that will. So Creed brothers attack them.
Blindside.
that'd be good.
Yeah.
And then furthers the match and the storyline with Otis. The crowd's behind it. It's one of the best stories they have going right now.
Otis can be a monster babyface.
You would.
Like I said, you're building towards Otis and Gable at SummerSlam. So
yeah. Joe, you're gonna have a good card in August.
Yes.
If all goes well.
I can't wait. It's gonna be a good day. Good 2 days.
So is
WrestleCon
Jade and
makes me disappointment, but you know.
Wrestle? Well, yeah. Is Jade and Bianca losing this?
Not yet.
Not yet. I see them retaining personally.
Because you want to protect Jade a little bit longer.
The split's going to happen.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I don't know who is going to take it off them, but it'll be short.
Tav Robinson asks, did you hear about the WWE trademarking the name Talatonga?
Yeah. For those that don't know, Hikuleo's middle name is a form of Tala. It's Taula, if I'm not mistaken. So it makes sense, but it just sounds funny.
Because he's the tall one.
Yeah, the taller. He's the taller here.
I mean,
it feels like they could have done something better than that. It's like,
brother of
really?
Tama. Tom.
Yeah. Tall Tonga.
Should have called him like Shuma and Tala. Short for Shorma.
Joe, what do you think? Is Jade and Bianca retaining?
They have to. I mean, yeah, but I mean, if they lose, it would be the perfect time because it's a triple threat. Nobody needs to get pinned.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. After that, I think we already glossed over this, but Piper's not winning.
Bailey, come on.
Yeah, Bailey has to walk out with this.
Bailey's built until Nia still.
Yep, and Nia has to be the one too. I
Nia
never
at
thought I
SummerSlam.
would say this, and Matthew Mirabito's probably creaming his pants somewhere. But Nia Jax is doing her best work, and I'm excited to see what she does next. She's the queen of the ring, and I'm looking forward to her winning the title eventually
At SummerSlam, yes.
at SummerSlam. Yeah. I never thought I'd say it because I've been a giant Nia hater. I don't like any of her work up until this current run.
Been very impressive.
The reset works sometimes, and we've seen it in past with a lot of guys and girls. It's working for Nia. She needed to.
And hers was done quietly because nobody, like, you didn't see her.
No, she didn't go nowhere else.
She just worked.
Yep. Got into better shape, came back, and it's much better on the mic, and just now still a little reckless in the ring.
I want to see a small little interaction with her in the bloodline. Just a little tiny.
Crossing
Just
path.
a little smidge, yeah. You know?
That would be kind of curious because she did acknowledge her tribal chief at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Jones, I want to know this. When is Mr. Jacob Fatu?
Where is Jacob? Where is he?
Relax. I have it on a very good authority. It'll be coming soon. And it's not going to be
at SummerSlam?
And it's not going to be where you think it's going to be.
Mm.
I'm hearing he's going to be with the OGs.
Oh, yeah, because you'll have 4 and 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't wait for SummerSlam Bloodline rules match, you know?
Yeah,
Bloodline
legit.
Yeah.
Man, jeez. Toronto got the short end of the stick with Money in the Bank.
That's what number 2.
Well, not yet. We don't know yet. They still could have something up the sleeves, but it's not looking.
If Punk wins Money in the Bank, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. If Braun Breaker wins Money in the Bank, I'll be happy.
I kind of want him to give it to LA Knight though, so they can finally throw him a bone. But no, he's getting the U.S. title.
He's getting the U.S. title, right?
The U.S. title.
He'll be chasing that. He'll be winning that eventually. But
at SummerSlam, yeah.
At SummerSlam, yeah.
Dirty Dom's winning the money.
Dirty Dom. You know what?
Perfect.
I'm not against that. With how hot he's been right now, man.
Dom is ooh.
Or it could be Finn stealing the money, like he stole the key.
He stole that key.
But did you notice the Finn Demon Balor Money in the Bank briefcase up there in the background?
I did not. No.
I'll see if I can find a picture. Because they keep teasing the Demon.
Is Liv gonna break up the bloodline, the Judgment Day?
Man.
Dom's gonna side with her, and Rhea's gonna kill her.
Finn's taking hotel keys, and we never saw what happened with that.
Finn, Dirty Dom on a pole match. You know?
like Jordan Gray said, a custody of Dom. Mr. Beefy goes, he just wants to see Liv in more nylons.
Hard to go against Mr. Beefy.
Yo, Liv is playing amazing. Straddling Dom, you know.
Dom's a strong man.
I don't know.
Most people would have crumbled in that position.
I bet you Dom put duct tape somewhere beforehand or somewhere to strap something.
Duct tape, a chastity belt.
Yeah. The works.
He called his wife before he went out. Listen, baby, whatever you see on TV.
They wrote this in the script. I tried to fight it, but I don't want to lose my position.
They're playing
on the card.
I can't wait to see what WWE is going to be like when they're on Netflix. If this is what they're teasing now, they're pushing the envelope.
It's Attitude Era-esque a little bit. Like
very. They're not full blown, right? We're not seeing a lot of the things that we saw, but Liv straddling.
But even when Braun like lawn darted Ricochet, like the NWO did with Ray, you know, it's like, whew.
And that concrete spot made my
when he landed
seize, bro. Oh my goodness! But like, yeah, I think they're planting seeds right now, and they're showing us a little bit. Like, just wait. Because it's getting good, it's getting hot, it's getting raunchy, it's getting everybody's talking about it. Yeah. Wrestling is WWE is hot right now.
Man, you know, because when they got 2 more years to Netflix or 1?
No, next year, January.
Yeah.
Perfect time to push the envelope. You know, starting soon.
And they're doing it. They're doing it right. If it's getting the world talking. Liv hasn't been that main event, hasn't been in that main event spot, and hasn't had it for the longest time. A lot of people were very upset when she won the belt, and now she's seducing Dom, and everyone's like, "Whoa, wait a minute," and she's playing the part really well. Dom is fantastic.
Yeah, I never thought I'd say that. Really never.
But Dom is so good at this because you know he's playing along with Liv. Because he's doing everything to say like, "Oh, I'm not with her," but he's costing, you know, like
you see that smirk when she ran her hand down his chest.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if that was him breaking character in the moment, but I don't know how do you keep a straight face? How do you stay in character? You'd be the best actor in the world, and when you've got Liv doing that to you, goddamn.
She would have to legit be like my little sister in order for me to be like, nah, okay.
Yeah. And then you've got people like Juan over here.
It's kind of hard to argue with him, though.
So, are you saying Dom's having some Liv days?
He's living his best life.
Yeah. No, he really is. He's got
mommy. Oblivious.
No. We should have Budum on hand. But he's got mommy and then Liv. The man is definitely living his best life.
Why do you want someone that you can call mommy when you can have someone that
What a
calls you
line.
dad?
And she executed it
Yeah,
so well.
that froze a lot of people. I said, wait, why can't
I started
that
throwing
be?
money at my TV screen, like $1 bills, like
I was throwing loonies and then I cracked the screen.
I turned it into Dolph Ziggler.
I was throwing flavor condoms. Pick a color, Liv.
It should have been me.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Monday Night Raw is picked up. It's picked up. And after this show this Saturday, be interesting to see
Definitely.
what happens next. But I don't see sorry, Jones, I don't see AJ winning. I don't. He should win though. I'm with you, bro. Like he should win. I don't think Cody should hold the title consecutively.
I mean, do we really think Cody's going to hold the title till WrestleMania when he faces The Rock next year, potentially?
No, he can drop the belt and win it back the next
I
month.
think that's what they're going to do, though. I think they're going to make him hold it till Mania.
That's stupid. Like, you already did what your dad couldn't do.
You know what Cody reminds me of? The 2005 John Cena. When he won the title, beat JBL, it's like,
Like, all right, now what?
Yeah.
At least he introduced a new belt. I'm just saying. Come on, Cody. We got here.
Teased it, right?
Yeah.
And it's not to say, the Winged Eagle per se, but something of that classic feel and look.
Then again, in order to protect my pocket, AJ, I don't want you to win.
But you know what? I think they're going to run into an issue when Roman comes back. Because everybody's going to want Roman to take
the chants have already started. The chants have already started. We want Roman.
But you can keep him away from the world title right away.
I know, but everybody's going to chant like Roman when Cody's out there. It's going to be like.
Or if you run into that, here's what you do. Roman comes back for his title shot. Solo costs him the match, so therefore Roman's out the title picture.
I can see something like that happening.
Like that way, he's like, "I'll deal with you. I'll be back for you later, Rhodes."
So at Crown Jewel, Cody versus Roman in Saudi.
Cody versus Roman in Berlin, or at least you could start teasing it because Roman could show up at SummerSlam.
I think he's showing up before SummerSlam. But he'll be at the SummerSlam pay-per-view. But
he could show up and spear Cody right after he wins or loses.
Yeah,
or he can really beat his ass saying, "Hey."
Imagine he comes on Saturday.
If he comes out, spears Cody to the point where Cody wants to. Ooh, I just thought of something. I quit match. You don't have to get pinned.
That's right.
You don't really have to get put in a submission move.
No, you have to utter the words, "I quit."
I wonder if the Good Brothers are going to be there.
Oh, you know what I could see happen?
And I wonder if Brandy's going to be in the crowd. They can grab Brandy.
His mom's going to be in the crowd.
They can grab his mom.
Mama Rhodes is
Mama Rhodes
there.
Or Mishin can have be torn, and they say, "Do it."
You know what I could see?
They can threaten his mom.
I don't know if they would do this, but this would be a perfect scenario for it. What if they did the Rock and Mankind I Quit match in Royal Rumble 99?
Oh my.
Knock him out and make him say, like, "I quit." He quit. Here we go.
I'm not upset with this.
If this happens Saturday, there'll be a belt in my. Actually, no. I'm gonna do it now. Just to.
He's gonna add it to his cart.
Add it to my cart now. So, WWE shop.
Don't hit checkout. Just add it.
Yeah, there might be a code or something this weekend, and you can.
I don't need no code.
Oh,
it won't be.
You got the AJ side plates too.
Yep.
Oh man.
It could happen. It could happen, and I'm all for it if Cody loses because it's an I quit match. And if they get Mama Rhodes or Brandy involved and he has to,
Just so you can see.
it's there.
Scrolling up.
No, you got to add 2. 1 for me too.
Well, since you're feeling so generous, I'll take one as well.
Oh, so I had 3.
I'll pay for
Okay.
shipping to Canada.
So it's added to cart.
Add the Cody side plates to your cart.
Cody wins. It's coming out the cart.
I think now could be the time.
Oh, Jones, you'll be happy with this. So I almost sent it to you. I was playing my Gauntlet Eliminator on WWE 2K,
Mm-hmm.
and I was Cody. And one of the replays was me hitting Hollywood Hogan with the Crossroads.
God, I love that.
I almost recorded it and sent it.
I was gonna say, you should have recorded it.
I'd be watching it every night before I went to sleep.
So that's Clash of the Castle. No tag team match again for the tag titles,
Only 5 matches like last pay-per-view.
right?
I almost forgot who the tag team champions were till just now.
They haven't been on a pay-per-view in a while.
I forgot they're split.
Since WrestleMania, is it?
Wow.
I think so. It's been since Mania that they've been on a PLE.
Jeez.
That's a long time. That's a long time. Like you said, you almost forget who the tag champs are.
NXT tag titles get...
They're getting more love.
Way more love.
But
You see them quite frequently.
look at NXT right now.
Oh, speaking of NXT, let me get on my soapbox right now.
Ooh.
Don't drop the ball. You have the perfect opportunity right now for the Rascals versus Gallus. Do not drop the ball. I don't care what the past allegations were or speculation was. Don't drop the ball. And I'm done.
With how hot they are right now, I'm hoping that they haven't peaked just yet because they pulled 718,000 viewers this past Tuesday. And that was with Cody on the show. Now, to be fair, they announced that I think way too late.
So that's even better without announcing it. AEW pulled 681. And
Didn't they announce Cody on Monday Night Raw that he was going to be on there?
I don't think they did.
So I think the night before. Yeah. Yeah, because he was teasing maybe I need to come down here.
Yeah. But they didn't announce it till early on Tuesday. But in comparison to Dynamite this week, and this is the thing with Dynamite, you know, Jones, I know you're arguably the most critical of the three of us about AEW, or have been since its inception. But I don't know how anybody, whether you are a fan of the promotion or not, 681, and don't talk about the NBA playoffs like that's the only deterrent, and that's the only reason why the numbers were as low as they were. Because Jones, you and I were talking about this.
Mm-hmm. The numbers have dropped the last 4 years, if not mistaken, 3-4 years.
2021, same time of year, they had 1,025,000.
I'm going to say one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wish WCW had these Turner executives when they were in business. Because Turner executives love AEW's ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah, WCW would have died.
Yeah, I think if roles were reversed, WCW would still be here.
WCW would have won the Monday Night Wars potentially.
Yeah.
Watching Who Killed WCW, I'm starting to realize, yeah.
Damn it, you gonna make me go on live air and say this?
Let it out.
I hate saying this, but I'm in 100 completely I'm at 150% complete agreement with Ric Flair about who killed WCW.
And who was that, Jones?
Jim Herd.
Wing. you agree with Rick?
And who was it? Did he say Bischoff?
And then he retracted it. He said Bischoff, Russo.
It wasn't Bischoff though, because Bischoff was one of the only people trying
He
to
blamed
stink it.
Herd, Bischoff, and Russo.
But it should have been. It's Herd, Russo, and I'm going to put my name in there. Who I figured Hulk Hogan.
I would put Hogan near the top of that list.
Over Bischoff, I'm putting Hogan. Because Bischoff actually has some sensibility.
Bischoff was a yes man to Hogan. Hogan was calling the shots.
But I didn't use my creative control. It's not going to work for me though, brother. Really?
The Sting, Stark. You know what? I'm going to say I'm going to give it to two guys. Hogan and Turner executives. Because they never wanted WCW in the first place besides Ted Turner.
After watching the first two episodes, you really see that once they merged with AOL,
it was like a done.
They had their mind made up. And like you said, Joe, like you look at Warner now, they love AEW, and I don't know if Tony's going to get what he wants in terms of this pending or this through these negotiations, because heck, we still don't know for certain if AEW is going to stay on TBS and TNT, which then all the power to guys like Dan and Ron, who will have to remake their television titles if they're on a different network at that point.
It's going to suck, but
the CW
for business.
The CW TV,
the YouTube title.
CW. That's NXT.
Didn't they turn down CW for
NXT is going on regular TV?
No, I mean AEW didn't.
I think they did. Yeah,
they did.
And then NWA blew theirs.
Yeah, because of
with the Coke spot. But they're on the app. They are on the app.
Yeah.
So they're still getting some kind of sponsorship, but
we'll see what happens. But AEW keeps tanking, and when you compare, you can't help but, especially now that WCW's Who Killed WCW documentary is being aired on Vice over the next.
I like it. It's very good.
I think it's very well done. Very well done. But yeah, Flair came out and went on a rant online.
I can tell you who killed AEW without a shadow of a doubt.
Swerve.
No, he's getting killed by AEW. It's a difference. But I'm not complaining about that. I told you I got beef with him, so it's like
they made me lose any interest in Swerve right away.
Bryan Danielson,
as they like to be called right now, Nicholas and Matthew Jackson. I almost called y'all by your government, but I'm gonna chill.
Just say
I'm going to listen to Drew, and not call wrestlers by their real name.
I'm not sure if it was Matt or Nick that said that. I think it was Matt on Dynamite this week saying that they're the reason why half the roster is no longer here. Shot themselves in the foot by saying something like that, because you're absolutely right. They are the reason why half the roster is not there, and they're also the reason why the viewers are not there.
I feel like wrestlers only go to AEW to get paid.
Look at Adam Copeland.
Like they did with WCW at one point?
Basically.
Yeah.
But WCW had Star Power storyline.
Yeah, they did. It's like, AEW, free Ricky Starks.
Please do.
Free him.
Let him go to NXT.
Dustin Reynolds, come home. Come to NXT. You can run it.
He canceled last minute to Niagara Falls Comic Con because of his match his promo, with calling out Jungle Boy for this past Wednesday's Dynamite. That's why he didn't come to Niagara Falls this weekend.
Where's the Bearcat, Keith Lee?
I believe he's sick again.
Injured?
I believe he's sick again. So
Catering.
Let him go too.
let him go. Wardlow just recently trademarked Wardlow, so
Now that doesn't necessarily mean that he's on the way out, because sometimes people under contract will try and get rights to the name, but so is Penta. Penta's also trying to get his.
There's interest in WWE and Penta's interest in them.
They dropped the ball with Wardlow arguably more than anybody else on the roster. Jones, I know you're not the biggest Wardlow guy, but when he was hot,
he was a more skilled Batista. I liked him up until they dropped the ball with him right after he destroyed MJF. He destroyed MJF and his stock dropped instead of rising.
On TV for like
it's like make it make sense.
Then like what? First offense he loses it to Scorpio Sky, was it?
I think so.
Was it Scorpio Sky or Powerhouse Hobbs? He dropped the belt too.
Dropped it to Scorpio.
He dropped it to Hobbs too.
The timeline might not be either way. They drop Wardlow.
Yeah.
They drop Wardlow.
I'm sure a lot of people in AEW are waiting for their contracts, like probably Malachi Black. You know, like
where's Miro?
It's another one.
The only person that's under contract at AEW right now I truly feel sorry for is Chuck Taylor. Because he potentially could have had that career-ending injury.
Yeah.
So, and I love Chucky T since I've seen him on the Indies, so it kind of hurts. Like, they never got the tag titles either, did they?
No, they did not.
For AEW to have one of the best tag teams rosters, they drop the ball quite frequently with their tag teams.
Private Party would do wonders in NXT.
Honestly, I would send Private Party to TNA so they can build themselves up and learn.
Instead of being under the learning tree of Chris Jericho?
The learning tree is a great gimmick that shouldn't be with Chris Jericho. That gimmick should have been given to someone like a Chad Gable.
Chris Jericho needs to get off television.
So you're saying you're not excited for Blood and Guts, the Elite versus AEW's 5 Best?
Do they have 5 Best?
It sounds like the Hart Foundation versus WWE's 5 Best.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how AEW's 5 Best. Who's it going to be?
If Danielson is healthy, but he's rumored to be injured again.
Moxley. MJF.
Lost interest already.
MJF.
I don't need a ragtag team put together. I need something with some
Orange Cassidy.
It's a fake version of War Games. There should be a reason why these people are fighting, not just because.
It's because the Bucks said so. It's because the Bucks want AEW's best. And like you said, that's who has killed this promotion.
Yeah.
Them and Tony Khan. Because he listens.
Oh, man. Oh, that hurts. Oh, my ribs.
He was charging $160 for an autograph and a picture separately this past weekend at Comic-Con.
That's kind of like the Bella Twins.
You can look, but you can't touch.
And I'm not looking at it. I'm not touching it at that con.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do is sell a winged eagle. You could get that picture.
Well, if you guys saw some of the belts I saw at Niagara Falls Comic-Con, $800, $900 for a $100 belt from overseas signed by Jones's favorite, Hulk Hogan.
He fights for the right of every man.
Oh, he definitely does. I do want to give a shout out to someone who watches our show regularly. Tom, I forget his last name. Tom R. I'm going to say that because I forget his last name.
Something like that.
Yeah, he watches the show. He's a fellow Canadian, and he actually spotted me in the crowd and was so happy to stop and talk about PTM and wrestling. So thanks for watching, Tom. It's great to have you in the audience every week. And yeah, Tom told us told me that he really loves the show and he loves the banter that we we do back and forth, and when we summarize what's happening in the wrestling world. So it's always cool to meet people in real life that watch PTM on the regular.
Shout out to you, Tom. Thank you for watching.
You get a Hulk Hogan autographed picture on his site for $130 or $100.
Deal.
Wow.
Hey.
He's been training with Pat McAfee, so I don't know if you want to do that, buddy. I'm just saying, he's been training with Pat.
Quit putting my business out there.
I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that.
I think Undertaker summarized it best. He wishes AEW would just get their shit together.
Yo, his podcast. I'm loving it.
I didn't think I was going to like his podcast.
I just started the one with him and Maven.
I watched that the other day, and Maven's an incredible personality. His YouTube channel might be my favorite after the drive-through. What insight?
PTM? What are you talking about?
I mean, outside of our realm, outside of our
joke.
Maven is great, and seeing him reunited with Taker was so cool. It was so cool seeing them bug each other about.
I would have missed that drop kick,
but it's good. Definitely check it out. But yeah, Taker's podcast is solid. It's great to see him in this light.
Jones, you don't mind if I get a Hulkamania Rules shirt and wear it to SummerSlam, right?
Your funeral.
Just get everything in check, Joe, before you SummerSlam. Get that will updated, everything else. Oh my goodness.
Yo, I should get a shirt that said it doesn't work for me, brother.
I'm fine with that. I like that. I love the quote. As long as we don't say who said the quote, it's fine.
Did you guys watch Dynamite this week?
I chose not to.
The main event, Joey's favorite from the video game, Ray Phoenix. It's the main event with Mr. Will Ospreay.
So is his contract up as well, or is it just Penta's?
It's just Penta's, from what I hear.
That's right. Ray was actually
Ray
hurt.
Ray was hurt for a long time.
Yeah.
Ray Phoenix is a legend in Fight Forever. Okay.
In Fight Forever. I like both wrestlers. I think Will Ospreay is one of the best there is today. He's pretty good on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
He needs some work. He needs to sell a little bit better. I think is his probably the best criticism.
He needed to go somewhere with better production values that would have actually helped him hone his craft on American TV. Not saying AEW can't do it, but they don't have somebody who's going to reel him in.
Because he's going to be fighting Swerve at Forbidden Door.
Too soon.
And I can see him losing to Swerve. Does it hurt his credibility? You-
Justin's killing it tonight.
Justin's on it. He's on it.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Ospreay. Damn.
What?
Juan, how dare you?
Well, if it's anything like the main event on Dynamite last night, and as much as I love Will and I love Ray Phoenix,
Yeah.
it was not their finest hour. They tried to recreate a spot in the match that they had many years ago, but it didn't come across very well on television. But I fixed it for you.
Mm.
I fixed it because sometimes in production, we're talking about how bad AEW's production can be. Sometimes you need music to really set the mood. And I think Tony Khan could really improve his show if he just changed a few things. I love Will, but that wasn't it. Like Cutter or whatever the fuck he
painted way too early in the superhero pose.
It was horrible. Joe?
You broke Joe.
I like Will Ospreay, but yeah, that's not for me.
This is wrestling.
This is wrestling.
It's kind of like the Cody Rhodes and Carmelo Hayes spot, you know. But
yeah, was not good.
And it's bad because Ospreay and Phoenix have worked together before on PWG. So,
and I think that was the spot that they tried to recreate, and it was not. That was not good.
Hey, they might give us it.
We might have to.
We might have to try to think about that.
Take it as you will, Justin, Miguel, Juan. That was the main event, and then after the match, Swerve and Will had a standoff, and the show closed.
I'd rather watch Monday Night Raw from '93 than Dynamite right now.
Damn. You're my friend, otherwise I'd have put you in a grave.
I'd rather have the main event be Damien Demento.
Cirque de blah.
Cirque de blah.
I like that.
I mean,
Man, it was rough, and it's getting worse. MJF is back too, and yet he's probably the only thing I really look forward to on the show.
Wasn't that his first week back on TV? Or was he back the week before?
He was back last week, right?
Okay. But even so, the fact that you got your big name back, and your numbers are that low.
Well, it's the NBA playoffs, right? That's the excuse. Even though the NBA playoffs are every single year at this time.
Nobody's watching. Those games aren't exciting anymore.
Right? And like I mentioned before, 2021, they averaged 1,025,000. 2022, 939. You're already seeing the drop. 2023, a year ago, 903. And last night, 681.
When you're fresh, you'll get the ratings. But now it's just like...
You let Sexy Red draw better numbers than you.
Yeah.
Think about that. She's not a wrestler.
No.
You have wrestlers. You have the so-called best female wrestler on the planet, the CEO.
Hey, she retained her title. Okay.
And she's going to be fighting for what, the title versus title at Forbidden Door? I think that's what they're alluding to.
Yo, SmackDown. Holy shit.
What's the card for them?
Last week they had 2.2 mil.
Oh damn! It's not even. Don't even mention them in the same sentence.
Raw had 1.6.
1.69, and yeah, SmackDown 2. I have 2.27 or 2.
Yeah, 2.207.
Yeah.
Raw this week was 1.609. Last week it was 1.679.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? Like, yeah, Raw always gets killed by Monday Night Football, like Juan said. So what are we talking about?
Yeah.
This is nothing new.
No. Rampage. If we even still talk about Rampage and Collision, Rampage 256.
So I'm looking like by year the quarters for Dynamite, NXT, Raw, and SmackDown.
Yeah. You on WrestleNomics, Joe?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary when I love WrestleNomics. They do it. They set up the charts perfectly. The right way. Absolutely. When you look at those numbers, Joe, lined up the way they have them, it's not good.
Like you see like the blue and red, I'm like, all right, cool. And then you see like the black for Dynamite, you're like,
So combined between Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision.
Yeah, I'm looking at Collision's numbers, Joe.
The second quarter of 2023 was 706. And then it dropped to 505, 442, 414, and now 432.
Look at Rampage.
So what is that? 5 hours of wrestling? Yeah. For AEW?
Yeah.
Can't compete with 3 hours on one night?
Joe, Rampage is worse, man.
I know. 273.
Started at almost 750,000 and it's dropped down to 273. But yet they're happy with their views. Make it make sense.
Well, it's the fact is that they're happy with those views means there's very little views on TNT and TBS other than when some sports are on. So that's why, because it's really Rerun Nation. What other original programming on TNT or TBS is being watched? Honestly,
I'm on WCW Nitro ratings.
Uh-oh. Well, Nitro used to do 2 million some nights.
No. Give me a year.
Do 2000. I want to see those abysmal numbers.
3.3, 3.4, 3.0, 3.6, 2.8. They did have a 1.8, but it was basically like high middle twos all the way up to the threes.
What about 2001? The last year was only 3 months.
2.1, 2.6, 2.1, 2.6, 2.3, 2.1, 2.0, and then 2.1 for the last 4 episodes.
And here's the thing. WCW 2001 was horrid.
To say the least.
You don't think AEW would kill for those?
Oh.
WWE would kill for them numbers right now.
Yeah. That's what I think I've always said. Like, even though WCW was bad, their ratings were...
We might have to bring Justin on the show.
Yeah, honestly. It wasn't that long ago that we were, I know at least for Collision used to be something.
But there's something missing. There's like a...
WCW had a 6.0 in 98.
Wow.
This was in the fall of 98.
Holy.
6 million. Damn.
That's...
Damn.
Wow.
They had 5.5s.
Everybody would kill for them numbers right now.
What the hell happened on that Nitro?
Yeah. Now, I know this is beating the dead horse with streaming and everything else.
That's
right?
Hogan
The way we watch
versus,
television.
No.
Goldberg?
No.
Well, you said fall of 98. That's what
But when you look at how many people are watching, let's say, the NBA playoffs right now, or how many people are watching, the NHL playoffs, people are still watching cable.
Oh, this show. Holy shit.
This is a 6.0 or a 5 point something?
6.0.
Who was the main event?
I'm going to go do the whole card, okay?
I'm scared.
Wrath defeated Jim Powers. Scott Norton defeated Norman S. Smiley. Brian Adams defeated Eddie Guerrero. Ernest Miller defeated Scotty Riggs. Conan defeated Marty Jannetty. Perry Saturn and Lodi defeated one of Jones's favorite tag teams of all time, High Voltage.
Kenny Chaos and Robbie Rage.
WCW Cruiserweight Champion Juventud Guerrero defeated Evan Courageous.
So far, it's the best match on the card.
Chris Jericho defeated Disco Inferno.
TV title or non-TV title?
I don't know. It just said.
Okay.
I think
WCW World Champion Bill Goldberg defeated Al Green. Who? In the main event, Sting and Lex Luger defeated Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan. That got a 6.0.
That's
Who?
something.
And I think it was 3 hours.
It was 3 hours at
That's a
90.
big- that's a
Yeah,
long
so
card,
listen
yeah.
to this. The first hour drew 5.0.
First hour I was always happy because Raw didn't start till 9.
Second hour, 5.6. Third hour, 5.9.
Wow.
But look at the next week. They did a 5.5, but guess what? The first hour did a 5.1. The second hour did a 6.6. And the third hour did a 6.2.
AEW would kill.
Because
Or half, a quarter, a sixth. Those numbers.
Like,
I'm
like it's amazing.
I would watch the first hour of Nitro Live, switch to Raw for their 2 shows, and then when Nitro replayed right after it, I would watch I was basically skip through the first hour and then watch the last 2 hours.
The next week is hilarious.
Joe just watching you laugh is
The matches: Conan defeated Bull Payne. Raph defeated Lenny Lane. The Cat defeated Kenny Chaos. Goldberg defeated Scott Putski in 52 seconds. These were getting 5 point something.
Scott Putski was the biggest.
not to mention how many people they were putting in seats.
The main event was DDP and Piper defeating Lex Luger and Sting by DQ at 3.5 minutes.
Huh?
They were selling out arenas.
I must have blacked myself. I must have blacked that out from memory because I don't remember that match at all.
For good reason. For good reason, you know.
Because I was a DDP mark, so I'm pretty.
But the last hour did like a 5.9.
That's insane. That's insane.
Was Raw preempted for the dog show that week, or?
That's a good question. Let me look at.
Because those weeks when the dog show was preempted Raw, them numbers shot through the roof.
Justin Booth.
Justin.
Hold on.
I can't say I disagree.
Here's the weird thing. I'm not a fan of Disco Inferno as a podcaster. But when he wrestled, I actually liked him.
Will Ospreay needs to.
Well, I'm not going to pick on people in their bodies because I'm a bigger guy, so it doesn't.
I still think there's a standard, Jones. There's a standard These guys are athletes. They are
Oh,
professional wrestlers.
that's
Some of them got to work a little bit harder in the gym.
so WWE was preempted due to tennis both nights.
Explains the numbers, but still take advantage of what you got.
Absolutely. You have to. It's only down from here for AEW. They brought in people like Mercedes Moné, Okada, Will Ospreay. MJF is back, and MJF is probably the only part of the show that the ratings actually spike.
It's crazy.
The biggest signing they had that I'm most disappointed in is actually the worst wrestler out of the ones they hired, but he's not a bad wrestler. That's Jay White.
Yo, Jay White I think he picked the wrong decision.
I would have, I get there was a hiring freeze.
There's a hiring freeze, yeah.
However, go to TN. You were already working with Impact. You could have kept getting paid with them. Well, that's because he's flawless. It's different.
It's bad. It's bad. And then you've got guys like Matt and Jeff Hardy that are TNA bound. That's the rumor regarding Jeff. He'll be joining his brother at the pay-per-view tomorrow.
He needs to be TNA bound because
He should show up as Willow.
The schedule was very conducive to his health.
Yeah.
If I'm TNA, I put the title on Jeff. He brings back the Immortal title.
I will see you guys later.
I hope they re-sign Sting and we can have Victory Road all over again. They definitely fumbled.
Well, at this point, AEW fumbles everything they touch.
Now, does Jeff go back to WWE?
I
don't know. With his age and everything,
there's not a spot for him.
Does WWE really want to take that chance?
He's had a lot of chances. Let's be frank.
He's had more chances than Marty Jannetty, and that's saying a lot.
Poor Marty's getting a divorce after 2 weeks. Poor Marty. But Jeff has had probably more chances than most. Are they going to really risk it? I can see him certainly being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I quit. The crowd tonight, damn.
Man, people that love AEW.
And we used to. I used to love it. I still have a
I don't hate AEW.
So
I have a special place in my heart for AEW.
So what I think the people that are watching are trying to say is that Tony Khan is a reincarnated Herb Abrams.
But Wembley, that's, everything's great. And Wembley and Forbidden Door, that's coming up. And
don't play with my emotions like that, Justin. Don't play with my emotions like that.
Well, if he loses to Cody, he wants
He's not losing to Cody.
One more title.
He's not losing to Cody.
Maybe that one world title that he will win before he retires is.
Then you're going to make me buy a bootleg, so it doesn't matter. Either way, it's still costing me money.
AJ will go there and win the digital media champion.
It's still costing me money.
Jones, why don't you get that belt, mate, man? Your favorite wrestler is holding that belt.
Miguel makes a good point. He doesn't hate it either. But the wrestling can only take you so far. That's all they focus on are 20-minute matches. Right? 5 stars. 5 stars.
Magical stars.
That's all it is. That's all it is. And
At
Tony.
this point, the pony's riding Tony.
I don't know how much longer the piggy bank is going to be accessible, but
And again, I don't want to see the company fail.
I don't either.
People are being employed right now. I want them to keep their jobs.
Yeah.
However,
you look at all the crossovers that are happening right now with WWE. And never in a million years did I be thinking I would see Jordan Grace with the TNA Women's Knockouts title on WWE television. And yet, why this would be the time for AEW and WWE to work together, and yet it's not happening. Why?
If TNA was smart, they put Dirty Dongo as the world champion. Have him overcome this system.
that works in so many different ways, which we just said.
Or Jones, what about Shogun?
There's only
Jones has scratched his face like that a couple times tonight.
You don't like this year's, this generation's version of Kamala? The way he's dressing? Like Kamala and Papa Shango had a kid.
Oh my!
Popped out Shogun.
you
got Jonathan Gresham looking
Triple
like
H Levesque, as you're called on TV right now. Shawn Michaels, Matt Bloom, Bruce Pritchard. There's a certain gentleman in TNA right now I want to see in NXT. Actually, I don't even want to see him in NXT. I want to see him in WWE.
Moose?
Josh Alexander. Now.
His contract's up soon.
Next year. Early next year. They did the rollover. Because otherwise he'd have been gone.
Yeah.
I think it was Jordan Grace. I would love to see a TNA WWE crossover pay-per-view.
Worlds collide. Make it happen.
Seems like it's a strong possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I say Jordan Grace is doing mocap for WWE 2K25.
What?
Yeah, she's doing mocap for it. She already said she was filming. Usually, it does. This isn't the first time somebody under a TNA contract was doing this.
Yo, what if you have a TNA WWE crossover video game? Jones would lose his mind.
He's going to buy every edition. He's going to buy 2 of each copy, one to keep in the plastic and one
this will be the first time in forever I buy a physical copy.
Yeah.
I don't buy physical copies anymore. I won't.
Jones would give like Dolph and Moose like every. He'd move their ratings up to 100.
Moose wouldn't get as much of a boost from me as y'all think he would.
Not as big as Shogun, right?
Because I quietly have a similar beef with Moose that I do with Swerve. But I need to have a conversation with him. I can't tell if he's just ignorant or he just chooses to be ignorant. For those that may not know, he's very close friends with a female wrestler who's the biggest waste of talent in the fucking world because she's stupid. She let her own ego get in her way. She said things she shouldn't have said and had a half-assed apology about it.
Mercedes Moné.
So fuck you, Tessa Blanchard.
That was my second guess.
So Moose, since you support her, fuck you, Moose.
Wow. I never thought I'd. Wow.
Harsh. Jones.
Oh my God.
I gotta stick to my guns. Like, I wanted to like Moose, but you forced me not. Like, people put themselves in a position to force me not to like them.
TNA's gonna bring back Tessa.
That would be the biggest mistake in the world. you're actually doing what you're actually doing decent for what you're doing, considering they pulled out the heart and soul of the company.
It's been quite some time since all of the stuff that with Tessa happened, and I would not be surprised if a company like TNA.
I mean, there is
brings her
like
back.
rumor innuendos. TNA is reportedly interested in bringing her back.
How long has it been now, Jones?
3 years
If not more.
or 3 or 4.
I can see them.
Even then, I can't support them.
Jones, you could start up the her and Sammy Callahan feud.
I can't support them then. So all they're doing is like, TNA, if you want to get rid of your longest tenured fan, do it.
I'm surprised WWE hasn't like.
She's a headache.
I know.
Remember, they had her in the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah.
Like, that should have been her breakout moment.
She would have been signed if there wasn't something.
She is the Teddy Hart of women.
Yeah.
Absolute accurate statement. All the talent in the world, but you're just dumb.
Yeah. Any company that signs her,
Enjoy your headache.
yeah, good luck.
How you get dropped by WoW?
I don't know.
Women of wrestling. Yeah.
I don't know.
CML needs star power, so. And they're.
Yeah.
So if she's working with CML, technically that means she's kind of working with AEW and New Japan.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Tony.
Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, speaking of AEW, where's Camille?
She's reportedly been signed, but
She's going on social media recently saying like, it looks like it may take time for her debut too.
I don't know what AEW is doing.
Somebody asked, because whatever her record reign was, somebody was asking, was that going to take that much time to see her? She said maybe. Like, there's no reason to hold off on debuting her.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, wait, yes, it is. You have one women's match per week. That's right. There's no spot for her.
You don't want to see her come in and feud with Mercedes?
We won't see her.
I want to know what's her name? Julia? Is it her?
Julia, yeah.
Hart?
No.
No, WWE.
Oh, that Julia.
Yeah.
Julia with the G.
She's in another promotion right now, right?
Yeah, Marigold.
Yeah.
Who's in bed with WWE.
Yeah. There's like 6 promotions that WWE is working with this year.
Because EO Sky is going to Marigold.
Triple H is like Vince McMahon right now. Ding, 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 promotion.
Line all up.
Smart.
No, it really is.
Even if it's just a rumor about making TNA the new NXTNA, it's just saying it doesn't hurt. It gets more eyes on TNA.
Absolutely.
Some people are bitching the fact that Jordan lost to Roxy.
Why would she win?
I saw logic in her winning because she could have won it at the WWE. She could have won at Battleground. Remember, TNA's pay-per-view is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
She could have fought her then. She could have re-won it then. Won it back at because remember she has an open challenge.
You could have had her win clean last weekend and have Ash by Elegance cost her the title at the pay-per-view.
Not focus on other promotions just to keep your eyes focused here.
Who takes the open challenge?
Probably Tatum Paxi.
You don't think it'll be like a WWE?
I was going to say, you don't think it's a...
Well, Tatum's from NXT. She literally took the belt, which distracted.
Oh, yeah.
Literally distracted Jordan. But
Could be Naomi.
It's a great spot for Naomi or
Natalia.
Yeah.
If Natty wins that belt, I will get that belt made.
It would be a smart move.
That's how much respect I have for Natty.
Be a very smart move. We will see what happens. I know, Jones, you'll be watching the pay-per-view tomorrow.
Yep.
Definitely worth checking out with all this talk with TNA. TNA needs a boost.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the best thing that can happen to them right now. Tony Khan wishes that they could have some kind of cross promotion at this point, and not with CMLL.
I like Juan. I like Juan's idea a lot.
Everybody needs to do a loan system with talent like they do in soccer. Have talent they aren't using and have them loaned out to other companies for a year or so. Yeah, that could work.
I remember when I would play the FIFA video game and they wanted you would get like a thing like, hey, we want a loan. Can we loan your talent? Decline.
That D-Hill, Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
Long time no see, buddy.
It's Twitch.
No, just...
Yeah.
Welcome here.
Yep.
I guess this is the perks of going on late.
Yeah, like... might have to look into this.
Might have to talk afterwards, boys. But yeah, it's a lot of wrestling this weekend.
Yeah.
Again.
And we'll be back maybe around the same time next week. I don't know.
Might be.
We have to.
Might
at least look into it.
Absolutely.
Subject to change.
Yeah.
Before we go, I did want to. Did you guys see? Since we're talking about AEW, and he is technically, I guess, signed to AEW in some capacity. Did you see Ric Flair's new commercial for his Woo energy drink?
I'm scared.
Well, enjoy.
Depends wearing. Woo, grandma. Depends wearing. Whoa. Scooter driving. Grandma. Woo, energy drinking. Woo. Limousine riding. Slow down, grandma. Let me grab a drink. Woo. Woo.
Was that a midget running in the background?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
That's the latest advertisement for Woo Energy.
Depends. Slow down, girl.
And then he gives her a smooch.
Wow. Woo Energy won't be for me.
That's the official sports drink of AEW, and that's the latest commercial for the energy drink.
Yeah. No, thank you. Yo, no, thank you. I'm good.
He's staying away from energy drinks after that.
Water, yeah.
Yeah, just stick to my H2O, high quality H2O.
That energy drink must be laced with crack.
Oh, and yet, Ric Flair has been in the tabloids. You mentioned it earlier when he called out Bischoff and Russo and Hurd, and
I think he's mad because he wasn't asked to.
That's exactly what it is. But then he retracted that statement too and said that The Rock is going to do a documentary about him.
Okay.
So, I don't know if The Rock knows that, but Rick put that out there with every word being.
Hopefully, they get the same actor from the Iron Claw for Ric Flair.
Jeez.
I think we should hire Will Ferrell, personally.
I mean, when's the Hulk Hogan movie coming out?
That's
been in production for quite some time.
Chris Helmsworth just said, "Nah, it's not gonna work for me, brother."
But that's Rick Flair for you. Always finding his way back into.
Slow down, Grandma.
You know what? It was funny. I'll give him that.
Can you imagine watching TV and that airs?
I hope it airs during Dynamite. I really hope it does. Gentlemen, this was fun. This was a good show. Definitely, we will be back.
Yeah, we're going to have a conversation. So, yeah.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, Michael, Joe?
I'm going to pick up some Woo energy tomorrow.
Just make sure you don't need the Depends, Joe. On that note,
Oh, man.
have a great night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Have a happy Friday and enjoy the weekend.
Let's remember, slow down, Grandma.